Live from the Base Room Studio 2.0 in Seattle, Washington, this is the Podworm Spacecast. The Podworms are 7 lifelong sniffle boys who often sip on chimps' tits while slapping their chimneys. Welcome to the Spacecast. Well,
Wow. Who wrote that about us?
Well.
I think we wrote it about ourselves.
Best review so far.
Yeah, best review. Love that one. 5 stars. 4 stars, actually.
5 stars. 4 out of 5 stars.
13 out of 10.
So to get us introduced, I am one half of the Deadly Brother duo, Mike McCoy. Deadly Brother roll call. And the second half of that Deadly Brother duo is Kevin McCoy.
End of the Deadly Brother roll call.
The roll call works infinitely better when you guys aren't roll calling. It's a little self-indulgent.
Deadly Brother roll call.
Were you guys waiting for applause or something?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, fuck.
Why are you all standing and applauding?
Wait.
And our illustrious producer, DJ, all-around great guy, Chase Golka.
Hello. This is out of order.
Yeah,
what
this
is
is
happening?
bad.
No, this is right.
This is exactly right.
This is exactly correct.
This is the order we always
we
do.
just like sitting out of order instead?
Mike is looking at a script too.
This is how we always
You're
introduce
out of
it.
order.
Oh, Jim, I know why you're confused. It's because Andrew's not the one doing it. Did you know
you're
Andrew's
right.
not here
Dad's
today?
gone.
Dad's gone. No.
Same rules.
Same rules. All right, and then we got our bearded, hairy handyman, Phil Williams.
Checking right in.
And we got our local historian, Peter Freeze.
Hey.
And his little buddy, Jim Charters.
Oh, he's so historian. Shit, I forgot how to do this.
No,
It's been so long.
there's like great feelings in the room today. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
He's
so cute.
He's so cute.
He's so freaking cute.
Historian?
And as you can tell, Andrew LeClaire is missing. I forget where he's at. I think his ass is full.
Yeah, plugged.
He's all stopped up.
Plugged.
He's
Plugged. Andrew's ass is plugged. That's why he's not
Officially.
here.
officially plugged.
That's what he's telling
Yeah,
us.
he's at the plugging ceremony now.
Oh,
None of us could make it.
Unofficially, though, do you guys know where he is?
No.
I think he's studying up to get his GED finally.
Oh.
You know, it's never too late for any
never
of us.
too late.
For any of us, guys.
Wait, does he not have a GED?
Yeah, he dropped out.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Pretty big loser.
Yeah,
Why
no.
haven't we talked about that?
Well, we
Jake-
can talk about it.
We're talking
about it now.
While he's not here.
It's got something to do with his shame.
Episode 45, Andrew's GED.
Yeah, Andrew tells
Getting
all
her
while he's not
done.
here. So before we started recording, there was a little bit of some sort of tiff between our
Tension.
local historian and his little buddy. Could you guys
Do you want,
care to
like,
elaborate on this?
I'll tell my part of the story. Then Peter's going to tell his side of the story, and then Kevin's going to be our star witness.
Okay, so
Celebrity witness.
Celebrity witness,
so
character witness.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, that's not what you say.
Jim, you have 30 seconds to
Oh,
explain your
yay,
side, and
oh, yay.
then there will be follow-up questions, and then we'll hear Peter as well.
Okay, so basically, we all walk out to Dick's. Me and Kevin get in line to place our orders.
Wrong.
Peter disappears. He goes away, is not in line. We wait in line for at least 2 or 3 minutes and then order for the people who are back here who already put their orders in.
That was me.
Peter returns from being disappearing with a coffee in hand and goes, I want a cheeseburger, and we're already about to order.
So many factual inaccuracies.
I rest my time.
So and I'd like to point out that when Peter disappears, it's called disappearing.
The court will note it. I have a question. I guess I'm a jury member.
Yeah,
at
you
this
are.
Point.
Yeah, I want to be a jury member too.
Jury member for a hearing? Oh, that's out of order.
Just a small town juryman. Anyways, I guess my question is, so what? Like, he just asked so you can buy him a cheeseburger? That's the grand injustice.
That's totally true. I didn't get the conflict in this.
I was prepared. I'll back up my statement. I was prepared to order and pay for people who put the orders in this room.
Correct.
He missed the deadline, is what you're saying.
He missed the cutoff.
Yeah.
Standing in line and asking someone to order something is too late, is Jim's argument.
So damn.
That was mostly because of the lack of interest because he just left when we raised we got to
I think
Dick's.
it's
He wasn't committed to the cause,
No,
but wanted
not at
to
all.
reap the sweet benefits.
Just for the court, could you just make a direct accusation?
I'm accusing Peter of demanding a cheeseburger when he should have demanded one earlier.
I'll fucking kill you.
Well, order.
Tensions are
Order
high.
in the court.
So what are we gonna set damages? Like 2-3 million for this?
Yeah.
That's kind of the range we're thinking.
That sounds about right.
Whoever loses disappears forever.
Holy shit.
Dude, the Podcourt Spacecast is brutal. You get disappeared.
All right, Peter, your rebuttal.
Yeah.
Actually, it's your opening remarks.
Yeah.
This is going to be the whole episode.
There was a debate about whether or not folks should go get food. It was decided upon that folks would get food.
It was quite the debate.
Oh God!
Yeah, we almost didn't go.
If only the mics were hot then.
Hold on,
You
guys.
think this is dramatic?
Let's flash back to the debate real quick. Hey guys, I think we should go get food. Who's with me?
No.
Yeah, I want one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to normal time.
Yeah, see,
And we're back.
it was heated.
Whoa, what a debate.
It was heated.
So I figure, okay, yeah, they're gonna go get food, and then I think, yeah, I'll walk with you. I want to go get coffee because there are 2 coffee shops next to Dick's.
Wow.
And
Plot
then
thickens.
As I walked
Like
with
an
them
espresso.
as I walked with them to Dick's, I told them as they got in line, yeah, I'll see you in a second. I'm gonna go get coffee, and then I went and got a chai tea latte because it's fall.
Great.
Yeah.
I'll have you hear this. We will not have any of this filibustering of the court's time.
Yeah.
You went and got a coffee.
Please.
So then I come back. They're still waiting in line. In fact, Kevin's ordered, and Jim's 1 away from ordering. And Jim is in the midst of saying, "Well, I'm going to order 4 cheeseburgers." Well, Jim, you should order 5. This is just a suggestion.
It was just a suggestion.
This is a real Sophie's choice we got here right now.
Yeah.
It's
it is.
tough.
Okay, so it was a simple suggestion.
Simple suggestion.
Are you saying that
Jim
Sorry.
took my suggestion and thought that I had asked him to, I don't know, burn down the orphanage that houses all the kids with polio. I mean, I don't know. He was so angry, so shocked, so dismayed. Kevin can attest to this. He was standing right next to him. Kevin goes, "Peter, Jim has treated you so poorly that I can't help but I don't even care if you want a hamburger, a cheeseburger. I'm getting you a cheeseburger because of the emotional scars left by Jim's volcanic outburst." What a fucking asshole.
Kevin, is this true?
So let me tell you what I heard, because there's been a lot of like I said.
Kevin needs
he
to
said.
go out.
There's a lot of he said right now.
I really didn't listen to much of
Dicks
what they
too.
said
Yeah.
on the way to Dick's, because they were talking local politics, which I know nothing about.
Well, there you
fuck
go.
Jenny Durkin.
And then the one thing that I like after I asked whether we turned right or left at one point, I remember another interesting fact of Peter telling us that his dad used to go to that Dick's a lot.
Yeah, no, he
And I was
did
like,
say
oh.
that. You're right.
Oh.
His dad goes to that Dick's a lot.
Relevant facts.
R.I.P.
Relevant,
So
interesting.
This is the level of conversation we're having.
Right.
Yep,
very,
totally.
very cordial at this point.
Yeah. So cordial. Just
It
the
sounds
most cordial.
nice. Yeah, it sounds really nice.
Yeah,
Pleasant.
I mean, Jim and I both got in line. We got in
Cordial
separate
back.
lines. I don't know. Yeah, Peter asked you to add 1 to your burger list, and you said no, and so I was just in line behind you, so I got 2.
So it really feels like
Yeah, so as I was saying,
wait. It feels like the only victim here is Kevin.
Yeah, really. It seems like
Why is this a tip between you two when Kevin's the one that's
it
picking
seems
up
like
all the
Kevin
slack?
saved the day and has not
And I
complained
don't
once.
understand why you are mad at each other.
Ah, jeez, I'm so glad we spent all that time
Yeah,
going
that's
over
great.
that.
Hey, So-
you know what, you guys? I think I know it would solve everything.
Oh,
reparations.
Gee, they're still not. They're still not done.
Peter deserves what he asked for.
repeaterations.
Some repeaterations.
Iterations.
So,
Great.
Kevin, would you do the honors?
Sure.
Kevin is pulling
What is
out
this?
Here you go.
cheeseburger, then handing it.
I actually got a third one.
Oh, who paid for it?
Me.
Oh, Jim still didn't pay for a hamburger for me. Okay.
Still upset. Great. So if you can't tell, we've got a great show for you today.
No longer hangry. We're ready to rock
That's
and roll.
right. We got a lot of fun things coming up. We got some pod mail. We got a fun game coming up
Holy
as
shit,
well.
this fucking cheeseburger.
I can hear how good it tastes.
Wow.
What kind of coffee did you get, Peter?
He got a chai tea latte.
Chai tea latte. What kind of coffee do you drink, Chase?
I drink black coffee What? Why? Why are you looking at me so suggestively?
But like, why though?
It's just I don't do.
he
Yeah,
keeping a
nothing.
running list?
Nothing in it.
Well, it looks
Straight
like you
black
drink
coffee.
sexpresso.
Oh my god!
Okay. So Chase has a
For some
whiteboard
context, yeah,
that says Sexpresso on it.
yeah, I have a whiteboard.
There's
that
a whiteboard that says nothing else but Sexpresso.
Nothing else at all.
Across the entire board.
Yeah, someone
100 times on it.
Oh, is it? Yeah, someone wrote Sexpresso on my whiteboard.
Oh, so you have no idea what that means?
Oh, you wouldn't know?
You wouldn't know?
No.
You don't know what
Whiteboard hero.
Are you denying
is
that
it-
you know
is
what
it-
Sexpresso is?
No, I've never heard of that in my life.
Why is there a dash
buy an
next to that dash?
espresso and then you sex it up.
Chase, why is there a dash next to Sexpresso and then next to that dash your name?
Do you say dash or gash?
Yeah,
What?
I'm gonna
Why are you lying?
Kevin.
Yeah, what's
Next
up?
time you write on my fucking whiteboard,
I will have none of it.
yeah, please.
Yeah. Anyways, we got a great show coming up for you. One thing I wanted to talk about, just because this is the first time Peter's been on the pod
Yeah.
since his wedding. He's currently eating a cheeseburger, so I'll just kind of
That's
vamp.
really fucking good.
Is it? That's great.
You said that already.
But we haven't talked about wedding highlights with
No, we
Peter Freeze
haven't.
in the room,
We have not.
and I figured this would be as good a
Wait,
time
did
as
you
any.
already talk about wedding highlights on the podcast?
We've talked a little bit, but not in depth.
No, we don't need.
And you know what? And he got back from his like world traveling honeymoon. He's
Yeah.
got to give us highlights on that too. Travel around
He
the
doesn't have to
world.
talk about the honeymoon.
Well, we know what he did on
I
that.
think we all know.
Yeah,
but
a
I
couple glasses of sexpresso.
But Peter had a
Glasses.
beautiful wedding out in Black Diamond. I was just curious if there's any highlights that you had, Peter.
What were your highlights?
Things that you liked from
Peter,
it.
what did you like best about
I
your,
probably
your
would
own
imagine
wedding?
the getting married
Getting
part.
married is a big one. I just,
Always want to.
We had a DJ there named DJ Rebel
shit.
Scum.
oh, hey, that's Chase.
He did pretty good.
That's great.
Oh, cool. Did you guys hear that? I'm the highlight of Peter's wedding.
That's it. Peter has nothing else to give.
Disappointing. I'm pretty sure that's how
I
that
wouldn't
would
say
go.
how. You know what was cool though is when I went and got in line for food.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, it would be really cool if I could have a cheeseburger, and I was given a cheeseburger. prompt.
Here we go.
At his wedding.
Here we go.
That's great.
I'm always ready with a cheeseburger.
Yeah, Kevin
That's
was
the Kevin
sitting
McCoy guarantee.
front row center.
I actually followed you behind because you guys had the Hawaiian food, and I followed you behind when you were going through and getting stuff on your food, and there's a guy holding the plate for you.
I know, what the
And then
hell?
yeah, the guy was like holding the plate and then putting stuff on it. And then you walked by because you guys had a whole roasted pig, which is amazing. But you walked by it and you slapped the top of his head. I was like, "Thank you, pig."
Thank you, pig.
Which I thought was
On top
so
of the
weird.
That
world.
was a good pick.
the pig.
No, I got that
delicious.
was a really weird part where I was really excited about the food because it was Hawaiian.
It was
food
so
and
good. Yeah, it was like Hawaiian
Yeah.
barbecue.
It's delicious.
I told they had two servers, one for me and one for my wife, and they were walking like backwards in front of us with the plate out like in front of their heads, like they were bowed. Like, here, sir, what do you
It
want?
looked a little awkward. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I just want to hold my plate and put as much food on my plate as I want. And they were like, no, I'll hold it, and you just point to what you want. And
Oh, and they served you too.
yeah, and I was like, no, that's not enough. You know what? Just there's people behind me. Just keep going.
You just keep pointing at the same thing until
Yeah,
they just
it is
keep
like-
filling it up.
it was not great. Don't recommend.
Don't recommend.
Don't recommend wedding.
Was it the wedding party? Sans the food filler upper plater guy. Like,
Yeah.
what is that's?
Yeah, the point of a buffet is that you don't get served.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But these guys, you know, they have a special service where they serve the bride and the groom. I
And
guess.
I think that they went up to the bridal party's table and asked me and Paulina what we wanted to drink. And I don't think they asked anybody
No,
else.
not at all.
No, they asked me.
That's
They-
really
nice.
Yeah, they
What?
did.
they went across a couple times. Yeah.
They know
asked
heck,
me?
you were sitting right next to me, Jim. They asked you too.
Was I not paying attention? Was I just eating and not paying
It wasn't
attention?
like
It
they
was
were
the-
bringing
it
a
was
ton
the
of
way-
stuff, but it was like 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
We got a ton of white wine.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was free
Yeah,
flowing at
I
the table.
missed all
That was
of
a
this.
white wine night for me for sure.
Yeah, I felt like
I
garbage the
missed-
next day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I did a ton of white wine. White wine doesn't give me a hangover.
Yeah.
Like the
Sorry,
same way
I didn't
that
mean.
red- Yeah, no,
I'm just really stoked on it because I love red wine. I always have. And then like more recently, I could drink like just one glass and get a headache later, or like have one the next day. It's
From red
crazy.
wine?
Yeah, from red
Oh,
wine.
that's too bad.
I saw it happening to my sister. It happened to my sister, and I was like, "Hey, that sucks for you." And now it's happening to me.
karma.
So I drink karma. Yeah, exactly. That's what I get for being a smart ass all the time.
Growing up, Chase.
But yeah, white
Time
wine.
to evolve your alcoholism to clear, tasteless
Yeah,
liquors.
white wine. I'll have a nice glass of Chardonnay with my mom.
Or a nice
There you
glass of
go.
vodka.
A
maybe.
nice oaky
Yeah,
Chardonnay.
nice glass of vodka.
Vodka?
Yeah, the funny thing is, whenever you got, because I went up a couple times to the bartender and
Oh, God.
got drinks for the bartender.
Hey, don't be talking shit. She
No.
hooked us up at the end of the night.
No, she did. She did. The
She
bartender
absolutely
was an older
How?
older. She gave us all the. Well, she did what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's not hooking you up.
Just like
no,
give it
Peter
to
hooked
me.
you up.
That's paid for. Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
That was paid for, but
I'm
like,
just saying
we
she gave
grabbed
it to
all of
me.
Peter's alcohol and brought it back to the cabin we were staying at because that's what we were supposed to do. So she hooked us up by not preventing us from doing that.
Yeah.
She
She
did
hooked
her
it up
job at
fat.
not taking the alcohol that wasn't hers
Yeah.
with her.
There's
Yeah,
so
what-
much.
what a
this
pal.
lady was a special lady though. She was like
was
in her
not good.
50s or 60s.
Very special.
And she did not, instead of eyebrows, she had just two little like glitter lines of glitter
Wow.
where her
Where
eyebrows would
should
be.
be. Yeah.
Bedazzled.
And every time that I went to get a drink and Julia was with me in line, there was a couple times where she would pour me a glass of red and then Julia a glass of red and mine would be completely full and Julia's would be like halfway full.
Oh my god!
And we started kind of like whispering around. We started talking about, is this
I had to get.
is she
Patriarchy?
sexist?
Yes.
Yeah.
I ended up having to get drinks for my wife and my own mother because this woman wasn't filling up.
Yeah, I went back
anything.
and got Julia another drink that equaled one of my drinks. And then we were kind of like just whispering about this. I think this lady had the hots for Kevin though, because he would always walk
yeah.
away
I
with
don't think so.
Yeah.
Kevin, you had,
walk away
you
with
had
like
some long conversations
the
with
biggest
that
glass,
lady.
bigger than even for me.
huge glass.
So
She had a
filled
special
it,
Kevin
she
glass.
filled it so much
cup.
that I was like almost spilling just walking away.
Kevin was spilling.
But like there was one time I was spilling.
I'm spilling right now.
I was spilling wine at Peter's wedding.
Yeah, he
You know what I'm
was.
saying?
Kevin, was she?
That's my favorite song.
Kevin, was she?
right.
Spill the wine.
Spilling wine and Peter's.
What about
spilling
espresso?
wine at Peter's wedding.
Kevin, was she just like pouring it and locking eyes with you the whole time until it almost
It's just like
overflowed
glug,
and you
glug,
had to
glug,
like
glug,
stop?
glug,
the-
She just stares you down.
No, there was definitely no like she wasn't flirting with me. She was just being a bartender. Like there was nothing that she was.
Oh, so she was flirting with you.
She
Well,
did
yeah,
give
I
me
mean, she was
Kevin-
being a bartender.
Absolutely right.
This happens to Kevin all the time.
So I went up there. She filled up a glass halfway, looks at me and goes, "Is this for your wife?" And I said, "No." And then she fills it the rest of the way.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's
hell?
confirmation.
That's completely,
Yeah.
complete
Holy
sexism.
shit.
That's the evidence that we have.
Even like double on top of that, there was at one point near the end of the night where I went up and she's like, "Do you want a big boy glass or a little girl
Oh,
glass?"
jeez.
And I was like, 2 big boy glasses, one for my wife and one for me.
yeah.
It was one of
Oh,
those.
jeez.
It was one of those few situations where you could physically measure the sexism.
It was
you could literally pour all the wine.
One half.
Quantify
Yeah.
the sexism.
And it was roughly double.
Yeah, well, you guys are making fun of that, but I told her to do it.
It was just so funny because I mean she never stopped pouring, so it's like everybody
Yeah.
still got all their
She never
drinks.
cut. Me and Kevin actually got a nice tip from her. If you want a real hangover, mix the white wine and Sprite. She says, add Sprite to your white wine.
If you want a real,
I am-
if you
I
want
just
a
want a
real
hangover?
hangover,
No, she said it tastes really good, but if you add more sugar to wine, it's probably going to be a...
Probably
She
be a
says it makes
bad
it fizzy.
You know what? I actually had one time that apparently is like this thing.
Hold on, before you go on, did
Yeah.
you actually have it? Though?
I actually had it.
Okay, then I want to hear about it.
So there's this drink I actually had
Really?
in the past.
Okay.
It's a
Sexpresso?
true thing that happened.
True tricks with
Like this isn't one of your bullshit.
No, this is not
Okay,
me
cool.
making up
Cool,
a
cool,
story, off the cuff, as I am known to do.
right.
Which is why we
this
have the
is-
whole segment fake
Yeah.
tricks with Chase.
Yeah.
Spilling yarns.
This is one now when I'm
spinning yards. Spinning yards.
Yeah,
Spilling yarn.
Spilling yarn.
Spilling yarn with Chase. Ooh, whoa.
Okay.
What's on my yarn?
But seriously though, let me spill the yarn with you guys.
Spill me some yarn, man.
Let me spill you some
Spill it
yarn
away.
really quick.
Oh my god.
We have to make a drop for that.
Oh my god. Here's Jay spilling some yards.
So anyway, this drink is red wine and like Dr. Pepper. And apparently that's a thing.
What?
Like red wine and a dark cola. Just
So,
like
yeah, so
the,
is red wine and Coke.
the red version of what you guys were just talking
Red
about.
and root beer.
If
Yeah.
you like red wine and the taste of cough syrup,
Yep. It was not bad actually. I love
Wait,
Dr.
and
Pepper
it
though
was
too.
Dr. Pepper with
I
red wine.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it really
Can't
matters.
confirm.
I
This is
think
like
you
a
can do
real
whatever you
East
want.
Coast thing. Real East Coast thing is like a Coke and red wine.
You know, I learned it from people who were like went to Wazoo, so
Oh yeah, East Coast.
you
Yeah,
know
East
how
Coast.
that
Oh,
is.
yeah, all the way over
anything
East
east
Coast.
of the Cascades.
Those
you
When
might
you
as
said
well.
East
Actual
Coast, you
East
mean
Coasters.
Eastern Washington,
the East
right?
Coast of Washington.
East Coast of Washington.
East Coast of Washington State.
The
That's right.
Palouse.
That's right.
It was pretty good.
Rolling Palouse.
That's cool.
I would not drink it again though, probably because I'm an adult now and I make better decisions.
Or
Probably.
Or we
that's
should
the-
have
or
a
that's
taste
the-
test.
That's the new Podworms signature drink.
Yeah, is red wine, box red wine.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, it has to be.
I
box.
wasn't sold before.
we call it Dr. Merlot.
Yes, exactly.
Dr. Merlot.
Dr.
That's it.
Merlot.
I love it.
Yeah.
So the other day so I've started to work at this place in downtown Seattle, and they had to hook me up with like a new laptop and stuff. And when I was filled, I edit videos and stuff. So usually I've given a MacBook.
Fucking dude. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, they had to give me a new
They had to.
Have they ever given you a work truck? Huh?
You can only use personal for the weekends. Okay.
But
Here's your new MacBook. You can only use it on weekdays. No weekends.
okay, great. Yeah,
It
yeah,
locks
yeah.
at 5
We'll know.
o'clock.
Okay. Make sure you log off and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But basically, I was getting it set up, and I just had this weird interaction with the IT guy, where he was asking me like, "Okay, what programs do you need on this?" And I was I used the Adobe Creative Suite, so I was like Adobe Creative Suite. So I was like After Effects, Premiere, Audition.
Sorry.
Yeah, what's up?
You should have just named off all these like After Effects, Premiere, I need Photoshop, Microsoft Paint.
Microsoft Paint.
You should just thrown that one in there and see what he would have said.
I need Dota 2. I
And
need.
he's like, this is a Mac. He's like, yeah, I need Microsoft Paint. I'm gonna need Microsoft Paint on this Mac.
That thing runs Linux, right?
Come on,
maybe we can
IT
make it
man.
work.
Unfortunately, that's a deal breaker for me. If I can't get Microsoft Paint, I'm out. I walk.
How do you expect me to do my job without paint? Sorry. Okay.
So I started listing all the things because I was like just making sure like this is what he needs. And so I was like, yeah, After Effects, Premiere, this, and then he goes, whoa, no need to get defensive. and it was just and I'm just like kind of shocked. I'm like, no, I don't care. I just thought you needed to know what you just asked me what programs you needed me, and we're having a cordial conversation. But then he just goes, whoa, no need to get defensive.
I don't understand how that even makes sense.
I don't know either, but then I felt like the entire rest of the conversation, and every time that I see that guy, like I almost feel like I have to play defensive.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Because I come up so apologetically already, but then I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I just need.
What if he was trying to make it just a terribly conceived joke?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just now you've just alienated him, and he's just gonna go home and cry. Eat a
sounds
TV
like-
dinner
He
for
didn't get my
one.
joke
He tried so hard.
about defensive.
I had a new chance at a friend.
so
That guy's a big tally mark on his wall. Another blown shot. Shit.
Under the defensive joke column.
He's like, I've been workshopping that one for a while.
has a whole wall that's like how to socialize with people, and has all these different strategies.
He's just like,
I guess jokes aren't my thing.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting
Yeah.
because there's no scenario where you will say to someone like, "Don't be defensive," that immediately
whoa.
forces them to be defensive. You're like, it's the most like
Calm
oxymoron.
down.
Yeah, it's like calm down.
Calm down.
You're like, calm down. I am calm. I wasn't. This doesn't make any sense.
no need to get defensive.
Yeah, this is such a weird interaction, and now I think about it every time I go there.
Oh, Premiere Pro? No need to get defensive, dude.
Yeah, it's like
The more you think about it, the more mind fucking it is.
why did he
It's like,
say that? Thank you. I was like, what is going on?
It makes more sense to be like, don't be so aggressive, because you'd
Yeah.
be listing the programs at him.
Yeah, like if
It's like, stop being so aggressive. I'll get you the programs.
Maybe-
Stop being
maybe
so
because
defensive.
what scenario? Like because I know I came up very apologetically, but what scenario could it have been where I came up that he would be warranted to say
He's listened to the
stop being so defensive.
He's listened to the pod before. He knows that Kevin's your brother, and he knows what you're gonna do with those programs. He knows that you're gonna start doing Kevin's customs, and he's like, "No need to be defensive about what you do with our programs."
Well, so what you don't know
Heaven's custom.
is Mr. Adobe, Dave Adobe,
Dave Adobe.
Dave.
God bless his soul.
Adobe
has been
Rest in
sending
peace.
his mom death threats, which is why when you asked for it, he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't need to get so aggressive."
No, he said defensive. Defensive is even more confusing.
Wait, he said a defensive or
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Offense.
Kevin walked out for a second, but basically, he asked me like what programs I needed. I started listing them, and then he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! No need to be defensive."
Oh, okay. Adobe was sending you death threats.
I have to be defensive. It's gonna kill me.
Can you just smash your work computer so you can get a new one and have another conversation with him?
Yeah, I would.
Just drop it from a high.
Just drop it from the
Just drop
top.
it from like it's just standing height. Just drop it and be like, oh, something happened.
Yeah, that's the best. The weirdest thing to do is go up and inside of him and drop it. Oh no, something happened.
He's
For
like,
shame,
whoa.
these buttered fingers of mine.
And then,
Oh, clumsy me.
Oh, were you gonna say something? Don't be defensive about it. No need to get defensive.
I'm just like trying to.
Were you gonna say? Go ahead, say something. Say it. Say
I'm
it.
like trying so hard to say it back to him just to give him a taste of his
Doesn't
own
matter what
medicine.
you say. I'm gonna say it.
what?
Be defensive.
What? Come on, Peter. You wanted the cheeserburger? Don't be defensive.
Sorry,
God,
do
back
you
to
try and
it.
make
Here
everything
we
about
go
you, or
again.
can we focus on Mike's story?
I'm gonna make a
God.
noise for Daniel to cut.
Daniel, our editor, to cut.
He'll be able to break that out.
But that's all we want you to cut is just the noise.
Hey, Daniel, would you mind cutting this next part out? Yeah, just cut that whole part out.
Just cut that out. Leave everything else in so it's silent, so it makes us sound crazy. Like, hey, Daniel, could you please cut this part out? Okay, thanks, Daniel.
Okay, cool. Daniel, definitely cut out this part. Cool, thank you. Thanks. I really appreciate it. So hey, we got some pod mail to get into.
Whoa.
I'm excited
whiz.
about. And it's a little bit of the Andrew apologizes segment, but Mike apologizes edition.
Finally.
Welcome to Andrew Apologizes. Mike apologizes.
The reason being is that somebody sent us pod mail via our Facebook messenger,
Okay.
and I forgot to read it on the pod because we have promised people, and this was a while ago. And we promised people if they send us anything, we will read it, and we are
So-
contractually
so
binded
Mike-
to do so.
Mike, how long ago was this?
I didn't actually get the timestamp on this.
Mike apologizes again.
I'm sorry that I didn't
Next
get the
week, tune
timestamp, but it was probably a couple months ago.
Oh
It
God.
was probably a
No,
while ago.
Mike, don't get defensive.
This-
Okay, don't get defensive.
I'm not fucking defensive.
Mike, don't get
I'm not
defensive.
going to be. Why would I be defensive in this?
But that was a really long time ago.
Adobe's gonna kill your father.
You know what? This goes out. If this listener has since passed away in the long time since you've written us,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's
family.
been a while.
This one's for you.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
No, please.
All right, Mike. Tell us what you forgot. You forgot about this
Okay, so
person.
basically,
and you don't care about their life or anything. What was that part?
Yeah.
You don't care that they're
Could you
fans.
keep going with that?
Also, can you apologize to him?
Oh, I am sorry, Elena Murray.
Ooh.
Elena Murray, we know from high school.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up? Shout out if you're still listening. I hope you are.
Hopefully she hasn't stopped listening because we didn't read
She
it.
wrote this in after episode 2.
Jerk.
She wrote this in episode 2. This is just like, well, they're not going to read it. Well, fine.
Yeah.
They don't have my business.
I'll take
my business elsewhere.
My podcast business elsewhere.
We have failed you as the consumer.
We'll
We're
send out a
sorry.
formal
You
apology
know what,
letter.
Elena? I don't blame you.
Mike read this and he's like, this is going to be good content for number 45.
Oh yeah. This
we're
will
gonna
work.
save
This will be
this
great.
one.
He's been
we
carrying
had to
this.
save
He's
it.
been carrying this email around in a wax sealed envelope in his breast pocket.
Do
just
not
waiting.
open until episode 45.
Well, you'll know when the time's right. You can feel it in your soul.
Yeah, you
feel
just
it.
know.
And I felt like today was right, but I felt like I should apologize just because it's been a while.
Okay.
But so Elena sent this in, and she said, "Saw this on Tumblr and thought of you guys." Laughy face.
Wow.
And basically, it looks like she was doing one of those quizzes. So it says, "How many of these foods can you identify?" was the quiz, and number 68.
68?
This is what she sent me a screenshot of. She said, "So number 68."
It's a real time killer.
What is this loose meat in tomato sauce on a bun called? And it has a picture of clearly a sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
But then the
Loose meat.
Loose meat with tomato sauce.
Hey, you got a loose meat sandwich I can eat?
I'm looking for some type of meat.
I'm sick of all these tight sandwiches.
Yo, give me some of that loose meat.
Some of that loose meat.
Oh my god.
But yeah, basically the four answers are Messy Mike, Sloppy Joe, Filthy Kevin, Dirty Andy.
Oh wow. Look at that.
Wow.
That hit a lot.
You know
Wow,
what? If I was taking this quiz, I probably would have just breezed over that, not even made the connection.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's three names technically if you call Andrew Andy. Boom.
Well, we call Jim Joe.
Wait, should we?
And Andrew already is Dirty
Joe.
Andy.
Should we
call
start
Jim
calling him
Joe.
Andy?
We should start calling him Dirty Andy.
Oh yeah,
Dirty Andy.
What up, Dirty Andy?
I love doing these eps without Dirty Andy.
But yeah,
We
actually,
should all agree to start calling him Dirty Andy, and if he doesn't listen to this episode, he'll not know why.
he'll never
Yeah,
know.
Never
perfect.
tell
Never
him.
know why.
You know, I've never liked Sloppy Joes, and I also have never really liked the name. But it would be a lot
Too
worse.
loose.
It would be too
Way
loose.
too loose.
But it'd be way worse if it was a Filthy Kevin or a Dirty Andy or a Messy Mike. Messy
filthy Kevin.
Messy Mike.
Messy Mike is borderline.
That's just messy.
Yeah, Messy Mike.
Kevin is filthy. Filthy Kevin. Dirty Andy. Dirty Andy.
You're like
I can't even say what Kevin did. It was filthy.
What if it was like a...
I've got to know this kid's Sloppy Joe. Trying to raise Sloppy Joe right. He's not as bad as Filthy fucking Kevin, though.
Fucking Dirty Andy. Messy Mike, he's okay. Messy's just messy. I mean, what can you do?
He's just got a little bit of ketchup on his collar. But Kevin, he's got fucking dirt all over his face.
Look, I
Covered in crocodile juice.
I tried to raise my boys right. I tried to try to teach them how to make a hamburger the right way. But Sloppy Joe and Messy Mike, they just come to me with all this loose meat.
All this
Loose meat.
I don't know what to do.
It needs to be tighter.
These boys.
This is a weird parallel universe Bob's Burgers right
Yeah.
now.
Joe's sloppy.
Oh my god.
What?
Something along those lines.
We'll workshop it.
Well, yeah.
It needs workshopping. I get it.
Dan's
I get it.
defensive burgers.
What's the Andy one again?
Dirty Andy.
Andy.
Oh man.
Filthy Kevin sounds way worse than Dirty Andy.
This is true.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Like Kevin already kind of sounds a little like dirty, like filthy Kevin.
This filthy Kevin's too loose. Give me something tighter.
I've just been
me
wading
something
around in
tighter.
sludge runoff.
I can't get
Hey,
past
you,
that.
Deborah, bring me something tighter.
I really can't get past. That has changed my life. I'm gonna
Loose
start
meat?
loose meat to describe a sloppy Joe is the funniest
That
shit.
is actually really
I've
fun. I didn't
ever
even
heard
think
about
about that. What is this
Jay's
loose meat in a tomato sauce on a bun called?
We just ate a bunch of tight meat sandwiches. Is what
Yeah,
that
we
means.
did.
This is like someone trying so
dude,
hard
that means
not to say
LSA.
sloppy or Joe.
Chase, I challenge you to like go to a restaurant and order a loose meat sandwich instead of a sloppy Joe.
Two loose meat sandwiches.
Dude, we should open up a steakhouse, but then when we come around, like, yes, porterhouse, how loose would you like that?
Very loose.
It's just
A little warm in the
thinly
center, but
slice
very
it.
loose. Okay.
Oh, medium.
A real
Medium
loose.
loose.
Medium loose. Okay, great.
That's what most folks get. Medium loose.
Medium loose.
You can make any meat loose if you cut it enough.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like filthy
Yep.
Kevin.
Well, thank you so much, Elena, for sending that in. We really appreciate it. Please send us more. We will read it. We'll be better. I'm sorry.
Make you
I'm
cry.
so sorry.
I'm really sorry too because
Yeah.
I wish I could have been like however many episodes. We're gonna say maybe it was 43 because maybe she said this at our second episode.
Yeah.
I could have lived that whole chunk of my life knowing about loose meat sandwiches and took that away from me.
Honestly, this is to all podworms listening right now. Please, next thing you do, send us a picture of your favorite loose meat sandwich.
Yeah, or tight
or
meat
tight
sandwich,
meat.
but it needs to be labeled correctly.
Yeah, and we need a photo and just send it to our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, whatever.
Hashtag loose. Probably not hashtag loose meat. That probably will get you some other stuff.
Send us a picture of your favorite tight meat sandwich that you've made loose.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
That's perfect. All right. Thank you, Elena. And we will be right back after this break.
Am I an asshole? Hey, we're Jackie and Rosie from Am I an Asshole podcast.
The podcast where we gut check our asshole tendencies because everybody's got them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of assholes in this world, so we're going to talk about it with a therapist on our show.
We want to find out why. What makes us assholes and how do we become better people?
So give us a listen. Am I an Asshole podcast?
Bye.
And welcome back, space fans. So to close out the podcast, I've got a very fun game. One of our favorite games that we play on the pod. It is a classic NSRG, which, as you know,
Hell
stands
yeah.
for Non-Sequiter Ranking Game.
Actually, yeah, I love this game.
And so I got four.
Please contain your excitement, Chase.
I love this
I
game.
actually really like this game.
love it.
I'm
Chase is
really
getting
excited.
pretty loose right now. He loves this game.
I like that we play this game.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to tell you the four things that we are ranking: battleship,
Yeah.
shiplap, friendship, and leadership. So we've all already taken the time to rank these, and we're going to go around and say our least favorite in a round, third least favorite,
Yep.
second favorite, first favorite.
Yep.
Our first least
Also known
favorite.
as your favorite.
Jim, why don't you get us started?
On my
number
fourth favorite.
Right.
What four things we have? My fourth favorite and my least favorite is shiplap
Oh,
because
Here, here.
I
Here,
cannot
here.
stand those two people on HGTV. Get them out
Here,
of here.
here.
Get them out of here.
What's that show called?
Ship them
I don't
out.
even remember.
It's like Fixer Upper, right?
Yeah, get them out of here.
They're like
There's
in-
a lot of those
Chip,
shows.
Chip and Diane.
Yeah.
Jack and Diane. What are their names?
Property Brothers?
Chip and lap.
Chip and Lap.
Yeah, his name is Chip.
Chip
isn't
and
it?
Lap. Chip and Joanna Gaines. That's what
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
He has a book about being a Christian, staying married, or something. I don't know.
Well, good
He's
for
public
him.
enemy number
Wait,
one.
you can be a Christian and stay married?
Yeah,
it's
did you know
possible.
that?
They've heard.
What?
They've
Well,
heard tell.
if there's a book about it,
I think the book is basically about like him being. It's about leadership, and he wrote a book about leadership.
Oh,
Does he also
interesting.
talk about friendship in there?
Just
What about battleships?
What about battleships?
Probably not. I'm gonna say probably
man,
not.
that would be
think
great.
we should
ship
have on
is
the
like
pod.
a battleship.
But regardless, shiplap is the worst. It's a trend. It's a fad. It's actually ugly. Nobody wants it.
I put shiplap as the worst. I'm not like super against it, but it is just out of these.
The other things were better.
Yeah, the other things are definitely
100%.
better.
I completely agree. That's my,
Also,
that's mine
shiplap
too.
sounds like a disease you get whilst on a ship.
Yeah, the
it
ship
does.
lap.
Shiplap? Yeah, shiplap.
You got the old
time.
ship
From
lap.
a
Seems like
la-
it's just like an inconvenient disease.
Hey, can I sit on your lap there?
No.
Bad case of
I've got a
shiplap.
bad case
No,
of
no,
shiplap.
no. You don't want to sit on my lap. I've got
and
ship lap.
he got it from a lady of the night at a port of call.
Oh, that's totally what
Caught
it
the
is.
old shiplap.
Got the
Shiplap
old
is like
shiplap.
crabs.
back in World War II,
It's crabs for
I
your
had
lap.
a lady sit on my lap
Lap.
in Manila.
Manila and Singapore and Hong Kong, Bangkok. Bangkok as well.
I just imagine an old man saying Asian
No,
city
no.
names is
No, Billy. You can't come over here and sit on my lap. I had a case of the old ship lap back in the day.
Billy.
Grandpa, you want to hold my tiny dog?
No.
Oh wait, his son is that a lap dog?
Billy, when I was in
Because
I was in a prison ship in the Bay of Bengal.
You never sit on a man with shiplap's lap.
you ever sit
Never
on a
sit on a
man's lap?
shiplap's lap.
I like this so much better than Chip and Joanna Gaines.
It's like a tongue twister. Never sit on a lap of a man with
Shiplap.
shiplap's
First it starts with shiplap, then you
wait.
get shitlap.
How much lap would a shiplap ship if a shiplap could ship lap?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did anybody have a contrarian opinion about
number
that being
4?
fourth?
No, but I like it now. I'm moving it up to
Yeah,
number 3.
I like it a little bit more now.
Nothing to say.
It's good.
Oh, okay, people are changing their opinion. So what would your number 4 then be?
My
I'll
4
never change my opinion.
is leadership.
What?
Wow.
That is 4th.
Wow.
Wow.
Asshole.
Fuck
Yeah.
the system.
Yeah, fuck the system.
That's
Kevin's
that's
just an anarcho-capitalist.
Yeah, that's so punk
it's
of you.
You
it's.
say a narco-capitalist?
I'm trying to make a point here.
That's so punk.
Anarcho.
Let's
but
hear the point.
Narco-capitalist works too.
We're a podcast of 7 lifelong friends.
We're 6 right now.
Yeah, that's the point. Our leader is not here.
You know what? You know, Kevin, that makes me want to change this.
We have no
I'm
leadership.
Does that
changing
mean
my...
that you hate Andrew?
Wait, excuse me. You mean Dirty Andy?
Dirty Andy ain't here, so we have no leadership.
Kevin's like, I don't hate that he's gone. I just hate that he's not here with us.
That's right. Oh.
You know what's second to last? Friendship.
You're not wrong.
Oh,
That
dear
Battleship, 'cause
Lord.
that's what we used to play. And shiplap. That's what
Because I love putting it on my walls and it looks really pretty, rustic.
he asked me to come over and help last weekend. Does anybody else have a different 4, or should we go to 3?
Let's go to 3.
I had to move friendship to number 4 because I moved shiplap up.
Friendship to number...
Yeah.
Peter, is this just because of today that you moved friendship down to number 4?
Aw.
So many things are working together.
I mean, if I could put Jim at number 4, I would have.
Brutal.
Wow.
Oh, my heart. You stabbed me right in the
Somebody
chest.
thinks it's
Jim
all
doesn't
about
have
him.
ship in it,
What,
so.
does that make cheeseburger number 1?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Cheeseburger number 1.
All right, Chase, what's your number 3?
Battleship.
Oh,
3?
Whoa!
Agreed.
Whoa!
I put Battleship third.
Bad answer.
Honestly, because I put 2 other ones before that. So, and
whoa.
I liked that better than Shiplap.
Oh, yeah,
Perfectly
yes.
fine reason.
So since it wasn't
guess.
last and it wasn't first or second, third.
So, that's great. Also, that would work for any number 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty generic thing to say.
I put number 3 because it wasn't as good as 1
that
and 2.
explanation
But I
means
a little
nothing.
bit better than 4.
Well, that's what I love about the non-sequitur ranking game is it gets all these nice conversations going. Yeah, 2 and 1 were better.
You know what? I like number 3.
I feel much more justified now putting friendship 4th because I mean, Jesus, it's just a stupid answer.
We should do just an NSRG, just a quick one after this, where we rank the numbers 1 through 4.
Okay, sure.
definitely.
I would love to. Yeah. We should definitely rank the numbers on
All right.
Okay.
Bill,
Okay.
what's your number 3?
My 3 was leadership because, most of the people that are leading you don't really know what the fuck they're doing either.
That's true.
Usually
Yeah.
they could.
I actually
I don't
agree
know.
with you. I'm leadership is number 3 for me as well.
Leadership is not. It's the concept of leadership, not a person that has been a leader before.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, leadership, it's not a bad thing, but it's just the other 2 things are better.
Look how good our
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
I walked myself into that. Well, I mean,
It's like you're making a rule where you can't say what you put ahead of that, but you're
no-
totally allowed to.
You're like, it's no 1 or 2, but it's not a 4.
well, it's not shiplap. That's for sure.
look at how good our podcast is doing without a leader. I mean, we've got no one here
That's
leading.
true. I
No
could put it
one who
farther
can
down.
True.
do anything to host.
I actually put leadership as my 5th.
What?
What? How'd
Why?
you
'Cause
do
you
that?
had
Did you have another answer?
What did you put number 3?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger is number 3.
If we're adding cheeseburger to this list, I know where it's going.
Cheeseburger number 1.
We all know it.
I did actually. I moved leadership to number 3. Shiplap's up to number 2 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Things are
What is this?
changing.
The sliding ranking scale. You gotta keep your numbers, dude.
He's got number 3. A different number 3.
I have friendship as
dude.
number 3, but I think we covered that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did.
Battleship's definitely number 3 because it's there's no leadership in Battleship and it ruins friendships.
That's a great way to answer that.
I
because
held
you
that
kind
to
of
the
said
Nazis.
the same thing, but in a better way. What's your number 2, Jim?
My number 2 would be leadership.
Leadership.
Same. Jim.
We're on the same page.
We're on
today,
the same
Chase.
page, Jim.
We're on the same page.
This is so cute. I put friendship as 2.
Oh.
How come?
It's not as good as number 1.
It's not good as number 1.
I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but if you've done the math, Battleship is my number 1. Battleships
number 1.
are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
if you have ever,
That's kind of how I was feeling.
if you have
say
ever
number 1.
seen a battleship, I went to Hawaii and saw a fucking battleship. They are
Majestic.
I like almost cried and came at the same time. It was so beautiful. Wow. They were amazing.
Cry come?
It was also a perk that I was in Hawaii.
Oh, I'm
100%.
crumbing.
Where was
You were in Hawaii. You were already feeling good about being in Hawaii, and then seeing the battleship just took you over the edge.
I was also like a 12-year-old boy, man.
Yeah.
What special memory
Just
for
a
me.
12-year-old boy crumbing on a battleship.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like when I was 12.
They're so salty.
I put Battleship as number 1 as well.
Yeah.
Because I believe that love conquers all. And if you mishear a Pat Benatar song, you'll know that love is a battleship.
Oh my god.
That's not the name of the song. That's fine.
Love is.
I know.
I don't know how I knew. It's like I knew where you were going, though. It's like
That's why I said if you misheard a Pat Benatar song,
oh,
And
misheard.
you never read the title of the
as
song.
in like I set that up appropriately.
So
No, you did great.
Did we
I
all
did
put
bad.
Battleship?
Love is a battleship.
No, I put
So we all
Battleship
put
as 2. I put Friendship as 1.
I put friendship as number 1.
So did
too.
I.
Wow.
I think
Jim.
Battleship.
Wow.
I cannot believe. I cannot
We
believe
got the
that.
3 real men here. And
Yeah, well,
they go hold each other's hands,
are number 1.
sing to kumbayas. I don't know.
I just don't want to live in a world where friendship is better than love.
I cannot believe.
I just think Battleship and Friendship go hand in hand. You need a friend to play Battleship.
You do.
but
No,
what,
you need Battleship to form a friendship.
I might ask you.
Makes a lot of
It's like
friends.
the whole chicken before the egg thing.
Yeah.
The
No,
friendship-
I was right. Don't try
What came
and change
first,
it.
battleship or the friendship?
Yeah, which came first?
You know how many friendships were formed on a battleship? You're at sea, you're lonely, just a bunch of men in your cots.
You've got shiplap.
You're getting shiplapped right and left. You're getting shiplapped.
That's
With your
old
friends.
Grampy's friend from the Navy.
The leaders are
They
terrible.
both were in sick ward with the shiplap.
Oh yeah, they got the
They go on a fishing trip for 2 weeks every year.
Every year.
He comes back with the shiplap. I don't know why.
Happiest he is right after that fishing trip. I don't know why. He loves fishing.
He loves fish. Got a bad case of the shiplap though, but
That's why
goddamn, I love him.
we could never have kids. He's got the shiplap. You
That's
know?
why we adopted your dad.
but he's never happier when he gets back from that fishing trip.
When he comes back though.
A new man.
So Battleship number 1.
Battleship
We're
and
divorced-
Friendship was
we're-
the big
two biggies.
conflict up in number 1.
Boom, battleship.
Which a battleship would probably win that conflict.
Yeah.
It'd probably win that conflict. I guess you're right.
Put 10 friends up against a battleship with some guns.
And you could easily put shiplap on a battleship.
Yeah,
Which
they
is
go
why I
hand
think
in
that it
hand.
definitely beats shiplap.
Shiplap's number 2, Battleship number 1.
Hell
Aircraft
yeah.
carrier would be number 1 if we had it on here, but we don't.
There you go. You can't really have a friendship with a battleship, can you?
You
you
might be able to.
Why not?
No.
Well, I was
didn't think of it
serving
that way.
Oh,
when I was serving at the Battle of Midway.
nice.
The Battleship Missouri was my only friend.
Hey, I'm sorry, Mr. Battleship. We just can't be friends because you know how things are.
what would people think?
You gave me shiplap.
The world's not ready for our friendship yet.
You get shiplap when you're friends with a battleship.
I enjoyed the time we spent together, but you know how things are.
No, go. You release him out into the ocean. Go. Keep steaming away.
You just throw rocks at it until he's trying to
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go.
You know how things are. You know
how
things are.
I want to see like the Free Willy type movie about the kid in his battleship.
Oh, that'd be great.
We used to first.
Hey, Jimmy, you can't be friends with that battleship.
What do you mean, Dad?
That's not the way things are done.
He has to like nurse it back to health. He finds it in the swamp, and there's like the scene where it like gets so excited and jumps over the reef
When it lands on him.
Battleship jumps out of the water.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's just Free Willy. It's a pretty good movie.
It's literally just free will.
Free battle. Free baddie.
Free battle. I like
Free
it.
shippy.
Free shippy. Free shippy.
Yeah, and his dad's just off the side watching the battleship jump over his arm, like off the side. He's got a tear rolling down his face. And he goes, in the last line of the movie, he just goes,
That's not natural.
"How things were."
Because you know how
My
things
God.
are.
Well, thanks for tuning in. If you have any pictures of loose meat, again, we're looking for nice photos of loose meat.
Send us pictures of your loose meat.
Dude, we should.
Please send us any
Pictures of your loose meat.
hashtag podworms loose meat. Yeah,
Hashtag pot meat.
it's gonna be the next viral sensation. It's gonna be trending. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. If you haven't already, it just makes it so the podcast just every Tuesday will just go straight into your ear canals. And you don't have to do any work for it. If you like the podcast, write a review on iTunes. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of the great social media channels.
Yeah.
Tell a friend, and more than anything,
Tell one friend.
tell one friend this week.
And tell a battleship.
Tell one battleship.
If that friend is a battleship, we won't judge you.
We won't judge
If you want us to call your friend and tell them about the Power and Spacecast, just give us their number.
Yeah,
and
give us
we'll-
their phone number and we'll call them on the pod.
Absolutely, we will. Also, if you send us anything, we will read it. I'm so sorry, Elena Murray. And as always, keep smiling.
Well, I've got a question. Have you ever had a Jimmy John sandwich where it's like got a lot of mayo on the outsides and then like
The slip
you
and
bite
slide
into
of
the
sandwiches?
meat like slides out?
Yeah, dude.
That's like a loose meat sandwich.
That's like a
some
slippery
loose
meat.
meat, dude.
Slippery meat. That is slippery meat.
That is slippery meat.
Jimmy John's, we got slippery meat sandwiches.
I would argue that like deli meats are loose meats also because they're kind of just loose in there, you know?
I would argue that any
flappy
sandwich
here.
where the meat sticks out more than an inch from the bread, that's loose meat.